What is it that you love about technology and engineering and programming?
Writing software is an incredibly creative task, and it's incredibly collaborative. Like, people have this image of it being sort of dry, like solving math problems and by yourself and lonely, and it's neither of those things. Like, you were making creative design decisions. You're sort of figuring out, piecing how things fit together, not just in the user interface, deciding how they look, but actually like structuring good code is like good writing. Like if you're a novelist and you know the art of sort of the climax and the anti-climax or script writing, there's like structures and patterns to good writing. It's just the same in programming. There are structures and patterns to good software. So you've got kind of the creative fulfillment of making something that is like the creative fulfillment of being a novelist. You have incredible impact on the world because you make software and then you get to see people use it and you get to see how it changes their lives. And then last but not least, it's incredibly collaborative. No software is of significance, no piece of software that is a household name has been built by a person working in isolation. Software is built by teams. And so much of the time you spend is not spent coding, it's spent interacting, it's spent working together to figure out how do we solve this problem, how are these two pieces going to fit together. I liken it to, it's not like painting an individual painting, it's like making a mural or a fresco. You have teams of people collaborating together on this incredible piece of art. And making software is like that.
I think what I like most about programming is that it combines a lot of different aspects of like my personality. So I really love like logic puzzles. I like rational thought. It's a little weird, but like I really enjoy thinking like a computer because it makes perfect sense. But on the flip side, I also love being creative. Like in my spare time, I knit and I make jewelry. And so building large systems actually is a lot like that. You really get to create something from scratch. Like in other types of engineering, you kind of have to deal with the materials that you're given. But in software, it's kind of limitless. Like you can start with just nothing and then build whatever you want.
What is it that you love about programming and coding? What made you fall in love with it?
For me, it was just the ability to have like an idea, and it's something that I could. Well, did it when I was younger. Like I could sit at my house, and I didn't have the ability to go out and like build a computer. Or, you didn't have the means, the finances, or whatever. But like with programming, you can do it. It's like you just need a small little computer. You can just build a dream. So it was just kind of that vision to be able to do that was amazing for me.
What is it that you love about programming and engineering? What made you kind of fall in love with code? Why do you do it?
I started off coding to make computers do what I wanted them to do. It was really fun to write a few lines of code and create a game. My early games were, I learned how to use variables, and so I would write a code that said, "Hi, my name's Nori, what's your name?" And you had to write in your name. And then I would use your name back and store the variable. And this was about 2 or 3 years worth of excitement for me in the 80s.
I just like making things. I like seeing people use stuff that I've worked on. I like seeing those reactions. And that's one of the reasons I love working at Medium, actually, is like seeing the reactions people have to the product. It is a really delightful thing to use. And that makes me really proud to be part of it.
So what do I love about computing and technology? So first of all, I love mathematics, and there are just gazillions of wonderful mathematical problems. And they just get bigger and bigger because, all of the stuff about big data, machine learning, and those are just great examples. But the other thing I just totally love is I love abstract problems, but I also love working on problems that might change people's lives. I think computer science technology is one of the most interdisciplinary fields there is. It's a way of parsing the universe around you, and it's a way of actually contributing to creating new things in the universe. And one of the things I hate about the current state of things is people think of technology as something you use, but not something you get to create. And what we've convinced our students at MUD is, if you want to make a difference in the world, and if you want to be creative, and you'd love to solve puzzles, what could be better than computer science?